Hey, Dean Cross from Motoprimo Motorsports, Lakeville, Minnesota. We just got our brand new 2018 Goldwing, our first DCT model in. So this has got the dual clutch transmission with the 7 speeds versus the manual version with the 6-speed transmission. Beautiful bike. They've done a complete restyle on it. If you take a look, we've got an older one behind this one, which you can kind of see they've really narrowed up the whole chassis, so it makes everything a lot more aerodynamic, got a lot edgier look to it. They've done some fantastic things to this machine. Up in the front end on the new Goldwing, they've got a completely new, what we call it, a double A-arm front suspension. Shock is tucked up underneath. It doesn't have our conventional suspension with the forks as we've had in the past. So this wheel virtually moves straight up and down instead of at an angle like on our old forks, which I actually had a chance to ride this bike this last week. And when you're doing your braking and whatnot, you don't get that dive out of the front end. It settles in really nice. So very, very smooth bike as far as the ride and the handling. Incredible new front end with a lot better road handling characteristics and that kind of thing. One of the new things on the Goldwing, we don't have a key anymore. We have got a key fob. So this is a proximity key, so very, very similar to what you got in a lot of the new automotive stuff. This key fob, I'm just going to put it into our storage compartment right here, which our storage compartment has got the USB hookup. It's got little like foam packet and whatnot to put your cell phone in. So if you've got an Apple phone too. If you've got an Android, we can still hook it up Bluetooth wise, so you can still get all your tunes and everything through the system. I'm just going to put that away for right now. Talk about a little bit of our instrumentation and whatnot on this bike. On our old Goldwings, they had a multitude of switches and whatnot on them. They have gone to a whole completely new dash, whole new front end, on all new hand controls, 7-inch TFT display with your speedometer, tachometer off to the side. I've got my key fob within 3 feet of the unit, so I'm just going to switch this guy on, and you'll see everything kind of light up on the dashboard. I got just about everything you need as far as information on this rig. Turn the volume down on our audio here. We've got over on this side, you've got your fuel gauge, you've got your ambient air temperature, you've got your mileage, you've got your range, and there's a couple other things that we can toggle through here. You've got, of course, your speedometer, your audio, and your GPS. GPS is included on all models this year. That is a standard feature. We've got our tachometer, tells you what mode we're in. It's kind of cool. We've got some different modes. I know I'm jumping around a little bit here, but to change our modes on this particular one, we've got our sport mode, we've got our economy mode. So if you want to get the best mileage possible, you throw it in economy. We've got rain mode, which when it's raining out, this will engage your traction control a little bit differently and also affect the ABS and your throttle control, so that it makes it much, much easier to ride in the rain, a lot safer. You've got your tour mode, which is kind of the default mode where it's going to go into. That's really nice as far as your throttle control and that kind of thing. That's the way I ride it, but I'm kind of an older guy, so I kind of enjoy that. For some of our more enthusiast riders, we got the sport mode, and that actually jacks everything up a little bit, and if you want to get after it, that's where you're going to be riding. It's going to show you your gear selector, and we don't have this one running, or we're not going to be doing a running thing, but it would show you all the different the gears 1 through 6 on the manual and 1 through 7 on the automatic. The Got a couple of icons here. We've got this one here, which is kind of neat. It's a hill hold icon. When you pull up to a hill on the new Honda and you engage the front brake, come to a stop, engage the front brake, release the brake, you're in hill hold mode, which it will hold the bike there. The rear brake will hold on until you accelerate forward. Honda uses this in a lot of automotive applications, and very, very nice. I didn't realize how nice it really was until I got a chance to ride it. Over on the, and you've got your standard traction control, ABS, and all those other kind of goofy little lights. You got a temperature over on the side. Here we've got an indicator, and it's showing that our side stand is down because we do have this model on the side stand. We happen to have this one in a 2-passenger mode with the trunk. Very, very easy to set, and we can run through that in just a bit. This thing is loaded as far as all the features go. Up on the dashboard, this is kind of our off and on accessory mode, and I am going to turn this into accessory mode just so I can turn that headlight off. We can run through a couple of different things here. We've got our home button, which kind of takes us to this home screen, and then we can go audio settings, we can do vehicle settings, we can do phone settings, navigation, and audio source. We've got 2 sets of buttons. We've got the buttons on the dash for when you're sitting statically or you're in your driveway or whatever, and then we've got your operational buttons right here, almost the same thing as what we've got on the controls here. So we've got our home button here, we've got a return button, left and right, up and down, so we can do any of our functions here. I'll be operating from here because it's a little bit more fun. Audio, you got your AM, FM, you can do your tuning and everything on here. Navigation. Being that we're inside here, we may not get a satellite signal, but this would take you to your nav. Full featured navigation system. Show you the route home. Going back to phone settings, we can do the pairing for your phone, for your Bluetooth. Do that either on an Apple or an Android. With the Apple, we do have to go into here. We do have to hook up the USB cord into the Wi-Fi, and you actually hardwire it in, and then the Apple iPlay will be a function on here. Go back to home. Got vehicle settings. We've got all kinds of vehicle settings. Here's where we set our suspension preload. If I did want to go from, so I can go from one passenger with luggage, 2 passengers, or 2 passengers with luggage. I'm going to set it with the 1 passenger. Auto cancel for the turn signals, we're going to leave that on. That's a great feature, the auto cancel. Units, we can go to metric or American. The auto dimmer features, we got day and night, we can set the different features there. External amp, we don't have the external amp on this one. Equalizer 1, and then the headlight, when you're turning the key on, you can actually turn that portion of it off. So kind of a neat little deal there. On the vehicle settings, so it's really easy to change your ride controls. Audio settings, we can get into here, you can get into your different sound settings, general settings, Bluetooth, phone settings. So like your Bluetooth, all your phone, your rider, headset pairing, passenger headset pairing is all in that screen. So works out very nice. There's a lot of features in this thing. Way too many to go through on a kind of an initial deal. What's really nice about this bike, being the DCT or the automatic model, is all you got to do is once you start it up, you just hit it into the drive mode. This is our mode button here. We got our neutral and our drive. hit it into drive, and at that point then you just give a gas and roll away. You do have an automatic or a manual button here, so you can, if you're not wanting to do the full automatic, you can actually do the manual. In our paddle shifters, we got our plus back here on the back of the controller, and we got our minus down here. So you're up shifting on the plus, down shifting on the minus. Turn signals in the normal location. The DCT has also got a really nice feature with, if you're in a parking lot and you just want to move around, they've got a forward and backward on this, so you can go either forward or reverse, and that is just a matter of holding the brake, hit the button, and the minus button will take you backwards, the plus button will take you forwards. That's done with the engine running, so very, very nice creature feature there. The other thing that everybody's been waiting for on the Goldwing is electronic windshield, and we now do have electronic windshield, which, let me get this thing. And the electronic windshield we've got, it's about 5 inches of rise in this guy, so you've got quite a variance. We've also got this little feature here. We used to have the funny little door in the window. We've now got this little deflector here, which will give you more air to the driver and passenger on those really hot days when maybe you're not moving around so quick. Another nice thing that Honda's done here is when you do turn it off, the windshield will go back down to its normal position. So if you're parking it in a garage or putting a cover on it with a certain height cover, it'll go back down to that normal position. Then when you go to fire it up and when you go to take off, once you take off, the windshield will return to that normal level, so where it was last set. So all the controls are very, very convenient. Beautiful, beautiful bike. A little bit different knob over here on the side. This is our parking brake on our DCT models. That is not anything that we've got on the manual shift models, only because when you shut off a DCT model, it is automatically in neutral. So to get that off, it's just a matter of lifting that up, releasing that, and away you go. So very, very nice. Your bike's not going to roll away on you. Something that I want to show you here, we do have our little side compartment, and once that key fob is within 3 feet of here, this is unlocked. This will give you a little bit of storage over here on the side. Here's our activator for the fuel door right here. We push that, and that'll open up the fuel door right here so that we can go ahead and fill our 5.5 gallon tank on this one. On the bags, they've gone to some nice electronic switches, which are located right towards the back of the bag, and it's just a matter of pushing that. You've still got the nice hydraulic opening arms, nice big storage. One of the things that seems to be a little bit of a misnomer right now is that Honda lost a lot of capacity in the sides. Not absolutely true. The sides are very much the same as they've been on the previous Goldwings. If you use a bag liner in there, you can really up your capacity. And then on the back, you've just got the button right underneath here, and that opens up the back. The back compartment is a little bit smaller, but you got to remember that the top comes over the top, so the cover comes over the top. Got a lot of good room in here. Beautifully styled. All LED lights on this one, so you never have a light bulb to change. Beautiful, beautiful bike. I invite you to come on down to Motoprimo, check one out. This one that we're doing today here, this one is sold. However, we should have another one on the floor very shortly. Once again, Dean Cross from Motoprimo Motorsports. Thanks for watching.